Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. Well, it's a sunny Sunday afternoon, cold out. I'm out in the shop. Decided I'm going to start playing with a couple things I drug out of the barn. They were here when we bought the place. I want to see if I can do my best impersonation of Musty One. Kind of hard to beat him, but I'm going to see what I can do here with some old engines that were on the property when we bought it. Now, two of them, this one and that one, are both Iron Horse. I think that was owned by Johnson Motor or whatever. This is a little generator, and I suspect this one was probably for a wash machine. And I'm not sure if this generator, well, I'm assuming this generator is set up for 120 volts, but I know some of these were like a 50 volt generator or something like that for on farms. This last one's an old Briggs. I think I figured out it's a 3-horse engine, but I'm going to leave that one for now. So I think today I'm going to work on this guy right here. Get started on it anyways. I doubt I'll get it running in this video, but I want to take a look over it and see what there is, maybe see if we got spark at least. It's not seized or anything like that. I have no experience with this stuff, so I'm going to be learning as I go. So this is by no means a how-to video. It's just me working in the shop and hanging out with you guys. So let's get it up on my bench. Oh, and I've got an ultrasonic cleaner to help me out now, one of the heated ones. Works great. I've used it once already for a carburetor. Works fantastic. So I'll get you up on the tripod and let's see what we can figure out with this old engine. Alright, got the motor up on the bench here now. Clean it off just a hair. Because I don't know much about these things. Oh, I don't know anything about these things. I'm going to try hard to keep you in frame here. But like any motor, first thing you'll probably want to do is check for spark. Now this is guaranteed. This is going to have a points system in it, which will be behind here. But I'm going to take this spark plug out and see what it looks like. And we'll give it like a little bit of a kick over and see if she sparks. And if it doesn't spark, well then that's the first thing we got to figure out. Now it's not seized, like I say. It actually turns over too easy. I don't know how much. It doesn't have a whole lot of compression. Maybe there's some stuck valves, but oh boy, she's a little bit crusty. It's an old Champion J6. I don't know if that'll be usable or not. I'll look through my spark plug hoard here and see if I've got anything similar that might fit the bill. That one might do the trick. It's a little bit cleaner. What I might do is throw this guy in the ultrasonic cleaner and just see if it how that thing cleans up stuff like that. Thing with this spark plug and this one's got like a little thumb screw thing on the top, so we can just transfer that over. I'm pretty certain she's. Oh, well that's not right. Okay, that cap didn't come off. I just wrecked that spark plug. Let's find another one. Okay, here's an NGK, which looks like about the same reach. I'll have to find the right spark plug. And this one actually looks like the cap comes off. And then in theory, hopefully this thread will be the same. It's not. So what I'll have to do is I'll just use this aluminum thing to pinch that wire on. And I think what else I'll do, actually I'll turn it over, see if I can see anything in there. Can't see a darn thing. I wonder if the rod is broken. This may end fairly quickly. Yeah. Where is the... Oh no, I don't think you can see the piston through the spark plug holes in these things. It's over here, spark plug's this way, it's close to the valve. You can see the one valve opening. Yeah, the valves are opening and closing. Alright, say I'm learning as I go. I've never played with one of these style engines before. Think there's going to be spark? I really doubt it. Sorry about any noise in the background. I got the heaters going to stay warm. Okay. Plunk that on there. Tighten that up. I don't know if I can set this. You may just have to take my word for it. Don't know if you'll be able to see if there's any spark. But I'm pretty certain she's not going to have any. Kind of awkward doing this. Yeah, I don't see anything, but you know what? I'm going to throw it on the floor so I can give it a good kick. Just hold tight. Oh. You can hear me, I'm sure, but it might be easier for me to put a string on this thing instead of trying to kick it over. Or even a drill. Yeah, let's do that. Spin it with a drill. I think I got a drill that'll spin it. Let's see. This. Yeah, that won't work that way. What was I thinking? Okay. Put it on low, put it on reverse. Should spin it fast enough to generate a spark. Nothing. Put her on high. Hopefully I don't bust it. Let's see. No spark. So we're going to have to dig into why there's no spark. And my suspicion is points are going to need to be cleaned up good. So we'll bust into that and see. There's also a condenser back in here. Even with the bad, I may be mistaken, but even with a bad condenser, I thought you should get some spark. this should be just a taper fit. So what I'm going to do is going to get a couple screwdrivers here and just put some pressure on and give this a tappy tap tap with the mallet. Well, like I say, I'm no musty. That guy, if there's something that'll has a chance of running, he'll get her running. Me, probably not so much. Find some rodents in here. Not too bad. Oh boy, coil's a little bit. How you doing? And yeah, there you go. You can't see it, but someone's been in here before. Let's see if I can. Let me get this rag out of the way. This is just causing me grief. Now you can see here are the points under all that grease. So what we're going to do is give them a good cleaning. Then try again. Watch your ears. Even though it looked bad, actually, oh, there's a keyway in there. I lied. Even though they look bad, I don't think it's too. I think they're serviceable. Just hoping that coil is okay. I'm sure it'll be okay. It's kind of delaminated a bit, but I'll see if I can do something about that and hold it together. Points actually don't look that corroded, but with all that schmutz in there, very well could have been not making a contact. More of this. Those points were obviously replaced. There's some couple crimp terminals in here. So whoever had this did some work to it. It looks like they did an okay job or a fine job. No better than or worse than what I would do. So I just want to make sure they're opening and closing. Yep. They close whenever they, I don't know if you can see it from there, but they run straight on the crankshaft here, and they close whenever they hit that flat spot. So I'm going to get this super fine. They're a little corroded. I think I got a little file that'll work on that. Don't want to take much off, just enough to clean them up. This is a very fine file, so it might look like I'm doing lots, but I'm not. That barely touched it. Give her a little bit more. I think that might do it. Now, I'll be truly amazed if I get spark, in all honesty. I'm just going to clean this up, and then we'll schmuck it back on and see what happens. Okay, the flywheel is back on. Let's see if that made any difference. I'd be surprised if it does, but if it does, that'll be good. And if it doesn't, I'll have to figure out, I'll probably try hooking a different brand new spark plug, even when that wouldn't work in this engine up, just to make sure that it's not the spark plug, because I'm assuming it's a good plug. We got spark, folks. Easy peasy. Okay, we're going to throw this plug in, and I'm going to bolt this sucker down. Get some stuff out of the way. And we're going to dribble a bit of gas. I should actually get some two-stroke gas, because that'll lubricate it a bit. I'm going to do that, put some two-stroke gas in here instead. Okay, this is the stuff I'm going to put in there. It's actually really good fuel. I use it for my weed eater and that sort of thing. So it doesn't go bad, like has a good shelf life and whatnot. So we're going to, actually, you know what? Before I do that, I better check to make sure there's oil in the bottom. And wouldn't want to kill it with by running it without oil. I'm sure there's a bit of oil in because there's a bit seeping, but let's see what's in there. Now what I'm going to do with this engine if I get it running is beyond me, but it's just the idea of seeing if I can make it work. It's got a kickstart on it. It should turn into a little buggy go-kart engine or something. If I had a little mini bike or something. Kind of funny. But let's see what we got. Is there any oil in it? I'm not going to throw oil or anything at it unless my old eyes can't see very good. Oh yeah, it's pretty much full. Not gonna put any fresh oil in it till I know it's gonna run, because this thing's gonna have some sort of carburetor or fuel mixer that I am not familiar with. So. All right. Which way should I do it? Probably this way. Yeah, we'll do it that way. I think what I'll do is I'll find a clamp and clamp her down to the bench, This should do the trick. We'll dribble some gas down in the spark plug hole and fire it over, spin it over with the drill and see if it pops or not. And then if it does, we'll continue on and pull off the carburetor and give the old ultrasonic cleaner a run. Old as in new. Let's see, yeah, that'll work. Let's see if this works. Hopefully it doesn't jump off the bench. All right. Actually, I could probably throw some of this in there. Universal spark plug wrench. I'll try it by hand first, and then if that doesn't work, I'll put the drill on it. Ready, folks? I can't kick it over good enough by hand that way. Probably not spinning it fast enough. Actually, that felt like it was kind of sort of starting, but she wants to come off the bench. I'm going to get a couple lag bolts, screw it down to the bench. Okay, now it's secure. Let's get a little more fuel in there. And try it again. Need to get a different one of those ends that just kind of slips over if I get this running and I'm going to use it. Okay, quit screwing around. I think because of the positioning, it may have run back out into the intake or straight out the exhaust, the fuel. As long as I can hear it fart or pop, that'll be good enough. Let's see here. And away we go. Voila! It works. Oh boy, stinky though. Boy oh boy. Okay, well now got to figure out how to get that carburetor and everything off. So get this unbolted and let's do that next. So this engine, here's the little carburetor with the tiny little copper fuel line. I'm not sure I'm going to deal with that, but I'll figure something out. There's not much to it. And then there's also, that's a governor, and I think it works based on this flap being blown by the cooling fins, and if you can see down there, it moves that. That must be the actual throttle blade. I'm not sure what this is, if that's just a choke or what. So in order to get this off, looks like there's just two flat blade screws down there, and that's all she wrote. Looks like it'll probably clean up. It's not as, oh yeah, see the screws come out nice and easy. I think these things are rated at like 1 horsepower or 3/4, if that. I don't know how many cc it is, but like I say, I don't know much about these old small engines at all, especially these flathead style ones. But an engine's an engine. Spark, fuel, compression, and that's all you need to make a run. Okay. Well, if you can see in there, don't know. That's got to be a choke, and then the throttle is controlled by the governor here. We're going to take that all carefully apart. The nice thing with this is I've got that other engine, which is virtually identical. If nothing else, I could make one engine out of two. But I suspect I'll be able to get them both running. The other one's hooked up to an old, just a little water pump. Sorry, that's the Briggs one. The water pump one is the Briggs, and the generator one is this style. Kind of interesting if that generator produced power too. Take this fuel line off in case I can't find an alternative. I can kind of tie onto it in some way, so I don't want to damage it. Put that aside. Looks like there's a screw missing in the end here. You can see there's 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that's like a fuel pump. This looks like it's got a number on it, but my eyes can't see very good. Pop this out. We're going to turn it in if it's not seized. Half, 1, 1.5, about 2. Remember 2. Thinking that is that an air screw or a fuel screw? Not sure. And then we're gonna, I think, just take off this side, because I don't, even though I've only got a mixture of water and spray nine in my ultrasonic cleaner, I don't want any rubber parts in there. Not that the spray nine will hurt it. It's probably only 10% spray nine. I have to look through my RC hoard. I'm sure I've got some screws that'll work. Oh, look at that. You usually got to find some sort of critter. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a ant. So this way it works, I see now. You can see in there. There's a thing that lifts up, and that just controls the fuel going into the engine with this little spring thing. And that is, I think that's a phenolic flap, but it's hard to tell. It looks like this should come loose. But you know what? I'm not taking that off. That all looks like it's in good shape. It'll be able to go into the ultrasonic cleaner as it is. sorry, this is the huh. I think that might be just a fuel shutoff. Or maybe... Oh, I see. There's some little holes in here. And as you close that, I think it restricts the air going in. I don't know. People are probably yelling at me because they know how it works, but in any case, just going to get this, save this gasket. And we're going to put this into the ultrasonic cleaner for half an hour, and I'll bring you back once it's done. Okay, well, the carb's gone through a couple cycles in the ultrasonic cleaner. Get my gloves on here. Let's see. Oh, she's steaming. It got nice and warm anyway. I put the small bits, oh boy, yeah. I put the small bits in their own container because I don't have a little basket. But you can see just from that container that it worked pretty well. Put it through 2 half-hour cycles, so a total of an hour. Probably overkill, but what the heck. Actually looks like the heat did something to the spray line in there. That looks not too bad. Doesn't look like I damaged anything. Something, I think the heat, the spray line did not like the heat. Came out of solution. But it looks like things got nice and clean. Just gonna give this a little stir. Maybe once it cools, oh yeah, it goes back into solution. Might have to pick something different for cleaning, but I just wanted something that's not harsh and it's biodegradable. I'll keep the heat down lower, I guess. Okay, let's get the lid. Just gonna grab a bit of carb cleaner. You can already see that's like nice, clean aluminum. Even took some of the copper and cleaned it up. But give it a bit of a brush. Now obviously I'm not looking to get it to the point where it looks brand new. I just want it to work. I'm going to get this all back together and we'll figure out a way to feed it some fuel and we'll see if she'll start and run with some continuous fuel. Okay, well I got it all back together and I figured out that one lever is actually a fuel cutoff. If it's open, the fuel just drains out, so I think what you have to do is, I don't know how it pulls air in, but yeah, I really don't know how it works, but I've got the carb on there now. Got a temporary fuel jug. I got some paper towels underneath. Yeah, she's leaking like crazy, but whatever. Let's see if she starts up now. I just got to think about how I'm going to kill it after, but let's fire it up, or attempt to. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? I've spun that bolt off here when I was using it to start. So let me tighten that back up and use the kickstart. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Let's get this fuel bottle back on. This is all I really have, but I'm trying to find something, but this works for testing purposes. Now let's try her again. Start the whole place on fire. At least I've got a fire extinguisher within hand's reach. Oops. And I need this guy. I'll be surprised if she starts. Well, maybe not. Let's try her out. Okay, folks. Oh yeah, see, the nut came off. I'm going to figure out a better way of doing this. Just hold on, folks. Okay, let's try her again. Because I keep the thing on there, the drill on the nut, it spins, as soon as it fires, it kicks the nut off. So I'll have to, but it wants to start. She's just going to tighten that up again and bear with me. Let's try her with the starter pedal. Just going to throw some gloves on. Not sure if I need to adjust anything, but let's see here. My fuel jug's leaking. Maybe I'll try it on this side. Maybe it won't spin off. She wants to go though. Oops, sorry, kicked ya guys. Hold on. Hopefully I don't spin this nut off. Something's happening. I don't know if I have to adjust this guy or what. There's some black stuff blowing out the exhaust too. Oh, and I bust that off too. Oh well. Plenty more where those came from. Let's try her again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Kickstart was engaged. Yeah, that's not going to work. Well, she wants to go. And this thing is supposed to be a one-way bearing, but it's seized up. So I'm going to have to figure this out too. Okay, instead of using the kickstart and the drill, going old-fashioned, I'm going to wrap a piece of rope around this pulley and see what happens. I got a feeling it might do the job. Let's see here. that. Fuel bottle back on. Think she'll go, folks? I got a sneaky suspicion it might. But, I don't know. It was, I think it would have started with the drill. But who knows? Like I say, I don't know what I'm doing. You guys are just along for the ride. Ooh, he's dripping gas everywhere. Wrap it around. Rope's a little big, but hopefully it's enough of a pull. Gas leaking everywhere. Okay, folks, ready? No. Probably because I put it on. Did I put it on the wrong way? I think I did. Ready? No. Again. No. Need a smaller rope. Get a few more wraps on it, but still spinning it over decent. Oh! Oh! No fuel bottle on it. Should be enough in there maybe. We got a runner! That's awesome! Well, I'm going to have to figure out that fuel system. Oh boy, and she stinks good too. Look at all the crap coming out of there, but yeah, she's a runner. That's freaking awesome. So, say I got to figure out the fuel system a little bit better here, and then we'll see if we can get her kick-started. But I'm going to end this video here now, and hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more of this kind of stuff as well. I got those other two engines, but I think I'm going to mess with this one a little bit. Till then, take care and talk to you later.